All right, guys, I'm going to go over a quick little video about my program, my personal program, what I do in the gym, what my goals are, what I eat to maximize my gains, and what I see myself doing in the future. So, a lot of people ask me, what is the best split? And I tell the same thing to every person who asks, and it's that there is no best split. There is no secret hack or secret program that you're going to do that's going to get you, to the physique that you want, if that makes sense. There's no like hack. The most simple answer I can give to you, the best split is the one that works for you. The best split is the one that fits into your schedule and that you enjoy doing. That's all it is. I just ended the entire debate right there. It's that simple. So if you've been wondering, what split should I do? Should I do push-pull legs or upper lower, or how much, should I do 5 or 6 days in the gym or 4? I say the same thing every time. And if this is your first time hearing it, then listen up. Just do what you like, do what fits into your schedule, and do what you enjoy. It's that simple as far as it goes for splits. Personally, what I do is I like doing an upper lower split. It's more of an upper lower full body every other day kind of split. And it works for me because I have kind of an unpredictable work schedule, where sometimes different days are swapped. So I can't really do a full upper lower rest, upper lower, like a typical upper lower split. It's more of a upper lower rest, upper rest, lower / full body kind of day. So it's a little scattered around the area. It's not like a set in stone, like, okay, this day I'm doing this day I'm doing that. It's more of a upper lower / full body every other day. That's basically my split, and it changes every week, depending on my schedule. Not to mention that I'm also doing boxing training. And as much as I love boxing training right before I do like an upper body day can either make or break my workout, simply because my shoulders and my chest and my triceps are so gassed from sparring that it makes my bench press lack in terms of power. And I found the best thing to do is to simply eat more food, is to just simply carb up, before boxing, because I typically go to the gym right after boxing. So usually what I do the day of is I just carb up. I eat as much protein and carbs as I can. I don't take pre-workout at all. If I were to do a pre-workout, it would just be honey, like honey and salt, or like a couple of dates. That's all I do for pre-workout. But in between boxing and lifting, I am taking electrolytes. I use Santa Cruz Medicinals. I think it's amazing. It tastes great. It's got everything I need, and I just scoop it in my water, shake it, and drink it. That's all I do in terms of hydration. But yeah, I go to boxing. It's about an hour and a half, and then I go straight to lifting, and I lift for about an hour. My lifts are no more than an hour and a half. I don't like being there for too long. I just, after boxing, I'm already kind of tired and I kind of want to go home. So I get in the gym, I do what I have to do. I hit my, heavy sets. I focus on the quality, and then I get out of there after no more than an hour and 30. I typically average about an hour in the gym on both upper and lower days. In terms of what exercises I do, right? Upper lower, I always start off with the bench press. I'm focused on building my bench press up to a 3-plate bench, which I told myself I would do before the end of the year. So I'm working towards that. I typically start off with the bench press. And then right after that, I do some sort of back row machine, whether it's barbell rows or a T-bar row, or I don't usually do dumbbell row, but sometimes if it's really busy, I'll do it. But I typically do a T-bar row. It's my favorite back exercise. For me personally, I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. It's fun. And I get, I've seen tons of results just from doing barbell row or T-bar row and barbell row. But T-bar row is my favorite. And then after that, I typically move on to either an incline chest machine, or I focus on like a dumbbell shoulder press. It depends on the day. It depends on how fatigued I am from boxing. I really enjoy doing incline, so I'll usually do some sort of hammer incline strength, like the machine, and I load up on that, and I do no more than 3 sets. 3 sets to 5 to 10 reps, and I go heavy enough to where, like, by my seventh or eighth rep, I'm like near failure. So, I load up the weight, and this is for all my like everything after the bench press. This is the bench press, and then afterwards is no more than 2 or 3 sets near failure in the 5 to 10 rep range. So yeah, I'll typically just do 2 sets of 5 to 10 reps, anywhere in between there, for my incline or my shoulder work. Usually I do dumbbell shoulder press. Sometimes I'll do military overhead press, but I typically do the seated shoulder press, the machine one, which I really like. I like doing. And then after that, I typically do another back exercise. The one that I love doing is lat pull down. I either do the really close grip attachment, or I do the medium grip attachment. I don't go super wide on them because typically my T-bar row is already a super wide grip. So, I don't know why I would do 2 wide grips. I feel like that's kind of redundant. So I typically do either a close grip attachment or like a medium grip attachment. And again, 2 sets, 5 to 10 reps, very heavy. And the pump is absolutely insane. I noticed, after I started doing more heavier loads, lower reps, my pumps are absolutely crazy and my strength has been skyrocketing. And yeah, after that, I typically do obviously some tricep work. Sometimes my shoulder or my elbow will be messing with me. So I usually grab a resistance band. I tie it up to something high, I usually do like a barbell. Then I tie the rope around the barbell and I do just tricep push downs with the rope, zero pain. Also, that's a tip. If you have elbow pain or like wrist pain or even shoulder pain, get a resistance band and work it out. Like, that's the best way to work out any kind of tweak or slight injury that you have to any one of your joints. But if my elbows are feeling fine and I don't feel too weak, then I'll just go to a tricep push down and I'll do either the straight bar push down or I will do the V bar. I really like the V bar, the one that the V bar grip. That's what I do. Again, 2 sets to failure. Like, I go to failure on those no matter what, because the tricep is something that recovers fairly quickly. And I believe, you can just hammer that day in, day out. And that's pretty much it for my upper body day. Sometimes, depending on the day, I'll swap out like the shoulder press. I'll do like lateral raises for side delts. Or what I love doing is behind the neck presses, which is something that is so underrated. It's such an underrated rear delt and side delt exercise. It's absolutely amazing. But aside from that, at the end of my workout, I always end off on some sort of bicep curl. I usually just grab a straight bar and I literally just 2 sets to failure. Like, that's it. I don't do anything fancy. Sometimes I'll do hammer curls. I like hammer curls a lot. It's a good accessory for the bench press as well. So, I like doing that as well. But the very last exercise I always end off with are my dips. I go crazy on the dips. I load it up. I'll put 1 or 2 plates on it using the chain belt, and I'll do 3 sets to like 5 to 10. I can only do like 8 reps with 2 plates on. So I just do 2 sets of like around 6 to 8. And man, I can't stress enough. The dips are such an underrated. It's such an amazing underrated exercise. I love doing them. It's really blown up my bench press. It's really blown up just the overall strength and the size of my upper body. I feel like it's like a jack of all trades kind of exercise. It's just amazing. It carries over to so much. Carries over to my boxing too. It increased, I feel like I've seen a good a good difference in my punching power and speed just by doing dips. And that's pretty much it for my upper body day. And sometimes I'll, swap out some exercises for other ones, but that's basically what I do. 2, 3 sets, 5 to 10 reps, near failure, and that's it for my upper body day. My lower body day is so much more chill. It's so much more basic. I do 3, 4 exercises max. I always start off with either barbell back squat or deadlifts. Recently, I've been doing a lot of deadlift work because I've just been having so much fun with them. Usually start off with that, and I'll do like 5 sets of 5. I don't go too crazy with that stuff because I feel like my deadlift and my squat grows so much. Like I can get so much stronger at those two than bench press, which is why my bench press training is more technical. Whereas the squat and deadlift is just basic, like 5 by 5, 4 by 6, whatever. Sometimes I'll hit a single and then drop down and then do like 3 plates to failure for deadlift or squat, whatever. That's pretty much all I do. Like, it's very simple. After that, I typically do, if I'm doing deadlifts, I'll immediately go over to a hack squat and then I'll just rep that out. Or if I'm squatting, then I'll just take the weight off and then I'll do some RDLs, which I really like doing. RDLs, hack squats, both 2 sets, 5 to 10 reps. I go quite heavy for them. They feel really good for me, and I notice a really good amount of gains just from doing those 2 exercises alone. After that, I do some more isolation work. I do quad extensions, either quad extensions or hamstring curls. I like doing the laying down ones. I've heard the ones that are seated are better, which they probably are. I don't have any I can't back that up whether it's true or not. I just personally like doing the one where you're lying down. I like those hamstring curls. And then I'll move over to adductors. I don't do the one that goes out. I only do the one that goes in, which works your inner thigh. And that is such an underrated exercise. People think that the legs are just quads and hamstrings, whereas the thighs, your hip flexors, like that entire area is like 25% of your legs. So if you struggle with kind of skinny legs, even though you're strong or you have good quad development, your legs are still kind of small, and it's probably because you don't train your adductors. So I do the one that goes in. It's also a very good accessory for both squat and deadlifts. It's very underrated, and I promise if you were to do those and start training them for a couple months, your squat and your deadlift will be stronger, and you will get a lot stronger by doing that. And that's it. That's all I do for legs. I don't hit calves. I never hit calves. I don't need to. My calves are already big. I don't care. I literally don't care about calves. If you have small calves, then I suggest you probably get to work on them. I don't care for them. Personally, I really don't. And that's just a very basic, leg day or lower body day that I do. And I forgot to mention, a lot of times at the end of my workout, I'll do some back extensions with a plate, and I'll do 3 sets to failure. And that's also a very good accessory for deadlift to, always to have a strong back, or even good mornings are super good for deadlift and squat. And that's it. That's basically the exercises that I do, the workouts that I do. And obviously, every workout I kind of swap things out. Some exercises I do, and then sometimes I swap them out. But that's basically what I do. It's that simple. It works for me. I go when I can. And, over the last year that I've been doing this, I've really seen so much improvement in both the size of my muscle, the strength of my muscle, and I've been so much more resilient to injury simply because I've been training smarter, and I've been focusing on the quality of the reps and the quality of the work that I do instead of just, a bunch of junk volume and, just redundant exercises that I don't need to do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I do. In terms of food, oh man, I used to struggle so much with food, with bulking. Recently, I've been eating maybe 2-3 meals a day, and they're really random. I don't follow a diet. I don't follow a meal plan. The only things that I follow is that every day or almost every meal, I eat some kind of meat, whether it's beef, chicken, turkey. It's typically beef. Usually I just grab a pound of ground beef, make a cup of rice, and I mix that together, and I just add a bunch of spices It's delicious. It's so simple. Like, that's if I'm feeling lazy. That's an easy close to 100 grams of protein right there, and you're getting healthy carbs from the rice. Such a goated meal. Literally just ground beef and rice. If I'm feeling a little more fancy, I'll make burgers. I love burgers, or I end up just getting In-N-Out, which I know isn't healthy, but In-N-Out's slightly more healthy than the other fast food areas. I try to limit the sweets and the desserts that I have. I used to have a really big sweet tooth, and I feel like that just added on a bunch of pudginess and acne and inflammation for no reason. So I don't really eat ice cream that much, unless it's like a night out or it's a warm summer night, whatever. I don't drink a lot of Coke. Um, I really focus on just getting in the whole foods, the lean meats, lean salmon, the good carbs, and simply drinking a lot of water. And I also drink a lot of milk, which is an excellent muscle builder. Milk is absolutely awesome. I love milk. I'll die by that. Milk is one of the best things you can drink. And that's it. That's like my entire exercise, routine, from my program to my diet, to my schedule. That's pretty much all I do. Obviously every week it's kind of different. Sometimes I swap things in with other things. Some exercises I don't do. Sometimes I go in the gym and I just want to do 3 exercises on my upper body day, and that's what I do. I don't follow a strict program. I'm trying to tell you guys this. It doesn't matter about the program. It doesn't matter what exercises you do. Just do something that you enjoy. Do something that fits into your schedule, and do that over a long period of time. And you are guaranteed results. You can't not fail unless you purposely try to fail. It's really that simple when it comes to training. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to make more kinds of videos like this where I sit down and just talk about stuff, let me know down in the comments. Give me some sort of topic, or even ask me some questions I can answer in the next video. But yeah, everyone, stay blessed, God bless, and hope you all have a great day.